I'm not going to leave this prison until I'm accepted in the Nehemiah Wall, because I know that my way has always been the wrong way, and I need to find a new direction in life. I believe in God. I've always believed in Him, but I didn't know how to walk in His will.
While I was in prison, the women from the ministries came in and some talked to me about the Nehemiah Wall, and I really didn't have anywhere to go, and I was real interested in a Christian-based home.
When I first came in, I felt home. That's the best that I can say. I'm always a person that beat up on myself. And with my family turning their back on me and having them in my life, when I met her, I just knew that I was in the right place when I came in here. I felt home. And I know that this is going to be the place that's going to start me back into society and being a more productive person. So that's why I'm really glad to be here.
I came to the Nehemiah Wall January 1st, 2009 because of my drug addiction. When I first came here, I came by myself, and then 4 months later, my daughter came.
I'm really grateful for this place because, like, me and her really didn't get to see each other anymore. Or it was hard, but now that they're here, like, they're helping her, and now we get to see each other and restore our relationship as mother and daughter.
I'm glad that this house is here because I've been able to get up on my feet slowly but surely, but let God guide me.
My name is Miriam Rodriguez, and I am the founder and chair of the board of the Nehemiah Wall.
My name is Marian Michelle Estevez, and my title here is Executive Director. We started off with a plan back in '07.
The initial heart desire of mine just connected with Michelle's.
I brought this plan and I said, Miriam, this is what I'm seeing, the need. I was going in the prisons a little bit more than she was at the time. And so that's the way it came about.
We began to seek help from other people and just really realized that that was not happening. So we put a board together.
And that's the way the house came about. Within those 2 years, God blessed me to buy this home.
My name is Migdalia Diaz. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the Nehemiah Wall, and I'm also the treasurer. I became involved since the beginning. I've known Miriam and Michelle for some time now.
The board caught the vision, and we just began the work. We began to put our own finances into the house. We began to paint, get beds and dressers and everything we needed for the house. We began to call different places for donations, and it just began to come together back in May of 2008.
We're working right now on just finding sources where we can apply for any type of funding for operations, because we really need it to run the program.
Members of the board have been there, so we understand their anxiety and what they go through.
After 20 years of drug addiction, I was a victim of domestic violence and just lived a battered and abused life. I had a heart for women because I turned my life around, and I knew that the same thing that I did, other women can do.
Whoever trusts in God and believes with all of their heart that they can start all over, that it doesn't matter what it takes, we push them through, we help them through, we cry with them, we shove them through, we do whatever it takes. But the majority, and it's always a majority who loses faith somewhere, but we're here for the ones that have stayed.
Nehemiah Wall has really improved my outlook on life and thinking about God first and living to please God and having close relationships, having friendships, and actually love of other people.
But I came here, it was rough. My characters were totally off the wall. I had a street mentality. You couldn't tell me what to do. You couldn't tell me how to live. You couldn't tell me. And by being obedient and them teaching me the structure and how to live life, I had, basically it was like being a child again. I had to restructure, I had to break me all the way down and build me back up. And I've been here 11 months. And these women have helped me so much here. I came with the shirt on my back and my pants.
They came out to the prison, I was in prison, and they used to come out and minister. And after doing the street life and everything, I had already made up my mind, talking to God in myself, and said I wanted to change my life. And Miss Marion came to the prison. And when she came to the prison, she said she saw something in me.
I got locked up because of my crimes and because of my addiction. I was stealing to support my habit. All along I knew the Lord, but my addiction had the best of me. Yeah, while I was in jail, I would go to all the church services. It kept my mind occupied by something positive because there's a lot of negative in the jail.
They seen something in me that, you know, only God and them can see, because a lot of times I don't see it. And they're raising me up and training me to be leadership and to bring me in as a part of the ministry.
I've been through a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of things that caused me to be more mature, more responsible. And I know some kids that do drugs and do other things, but I don't see any interest in it because all the stuff that I already seen, like my mom, a lot of stuff that she did, and I see that she does that I don't want to do that and I don't want to be like that. And now that I lived from some of her mistakes, that I'm not going to do any of that, so I don't have to live for my own mistakes, you know.
Well, I do just want to say about the Nehemiah Wall that we need more places like, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We need more places like this. Because when women like myself make so many mistakes, and you don't want to go back to what you left behind, we need a fresh place, somewhere where we can start over again, somewhere where we're going to be loved, where people are going to believe in us and encourage us. And the Nehemiah Wall's logo is restoring lives, rebuilding walls, one life at a time. And that's what it does.
The transitional house, the purpose of the house is to help women get back on their feet, to help women either go back to school or get a job, restore their life with their children, restore their life with their parents. And we just had a heart to see women just bring their life together. We saw the need in the prison. The Nehemiah Wall became more than just an address for a woman to come out. We developed relationships with these women inside the prison as we visited the prison. And I get a little emotional because we've come a long way. We've come a long way. We've seen how the provision has come. It's been a long haul. We would love it if the community would be more involved, and but we've seen the provision come through. We've seen lives changed.